Hello again. Here's a piece I wrote about 15 years ago. It's not strictly a poem, it's more of a short story, uh, sort of in the style of a fable or a legend, I guess. And I quite like it, and it's one that I've done a couple of others in the same style, but this was the first one, and it's one I like. So it's called The Legend of Corrignoor, and here it is. In the first era of the forest, in the hollows and green places between the streams and the stones, Corrignoor the woozle hunted frogs and toads, mice and voles, and the little fishes in the shallow places at the edge of the brook. On a cool, still night in the heart of autumn, Corrignoor came upon a sheltering cave in the side of a mountain. On a low pine branch he sat to watch and to listen. A flicker of firelight called, and in the cave a fire blazed and danced, tended by men intent on the sizzling flesh of the hunt, browning on the rocks at the edge of the flames. Beside them were their spears, their knives, their articles of wood and of leather. Corrignoor called out to the men, but they did not answer. They are lost," said the old pine tree. "What do you mean?" asked Corrignoor. "They have strayed from their path," said the old pine. "Their hearts have turned from the world that is to that they can shape and control. The more they turn away, the less they are able to hear the voices around them. Soon they will no longer feel the wind or hear the wisdom of the stones." "We must warn them," said Corrignoor. They will not listen," said the pine tree. "Or at least they will listen only for a time. Then they will return to their ways and turn their ears from the world. You can do nothing. Men are men," said the tree, "and woozles are woozles." "Not so," said Corrignoor. "We are all of a piece, all of a substance, man and woozle, tree and stone. Men must not forget that they are kin to the earth." And Corrignoor turned to the fireside and danced beside the flames, and the men laughed. And he stole their articles of leather and wood, bone and stone, and hid them, so that they would have to search to find them. And he nipped at their feet and curled up in their arms to sleep. And when the time came for Corrignoor to pass into another form, his children and grandchildren did the same, so that men would remember that there is a bond between all things, and that we are all, tree and stone, man and woozle, born of the wild. The name woozle comes from Winnie the Pooh, but it's also commonly used as a name for ferrets. And we had ferrets at the time, which is where that came from.